3 in the morning. Eyes snap open, room dark, house silent. No reason you should be awake, but here you are, heart beating too fast, mind already running yesterday's unfinished business. You stare at the ceiling, tell yourself to relax. Nothing. 3:07, then 3:22. By the time you drift back, the alarm is 40 minutes away. Sound familiar? Here is what nobody is telling you. That wake-up is not random, not bad luck. It is a biologically precise signal that your nervous system has been hijacked and that your sleep is broken at a depth no chamomile tea or white noise machine was ever designed to reach. You have tried the usual fixes, apps, blackout curtains, a viral sleep method promising unconsciousness in 2 minutes. Maybe it worked once before quietly stopping. Because here you are again, watching the minutes crawl in the dark, wondering what is fundamentally wrong with your body, that it cannot do the one thing it was built for. Nothing is wrong, something is miscalibrated. What you are about to learn is not a hack. It is the actual science of why your brain keeps pulling you out of sleep, and an evidence-backed protocol for resetting the system controlling it. Stay until the end. The final section will change how you approach every night. Let's be honest, the sleep industry profits from partial solutions to a whole problem. Someone says your room is too warm, so you buy a cooling pad. Someone says you need magnesium, so you order a bottle. A Reddit thread sells you on a breathing technique until it stops. Then you are back searching. This loop traps millions, not because they lack discipline, but because an information environment built around engagement keeps them circling symptoms instead of causes. The actual problem: sleep is not a destination you reach by relaxing. It is a biological state governed by interlocked systems. Your circadian rhythm, your homeostatic sleep drive, your autonomic nervous system, your stress hormone cycle. When one breaks, the others feel it. Tinkering with melatonin is like adjusting the radio while the engine misfires. In this video, we go deep. 3 core reasons people wake in the night and cannot return to sleep. Why viral sleep hacks consistently fail. And a 3-step nightly reset that operates at the system level, not the symptom level. This is the conversation your doctor has not had with you. Drop a comment right now. What is your single biggest sleep problem? Falling asleep, staying asleep, waking at 3 a.m. with a brain that won't quit? Tell me below. I read everyone. Now let's get into the science. Fact 1. Your brain is in alert mode. That is the most important thing to understand about nighttime wake-ups, and the thing almost no one discusses because it requires explaining neuroscience rather than selling a product. Here is what is happening. Your sleep is divided into 90-minute cycles. Within each, you move through light sleep, deep slow-wave sleep, and REM. Between cycles, you briefly surface toward lighter consciousness. Completely normal. It happens every night in every human. You roll over and sink back down. But when your autonomic nervous system, the one governing fight or flight, is chronically elevated, those brief surfaces become full awakenings. Your brain, conditioned by stress to treat ambiguity as danger, flags that moment of semi-consciousness as requiring assessment. Are we safe? Is something wrong? In an instant, you are fully awake. Cortisol spiking, thoughts running. Research from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine documents this precisely. Elevated nighttime cortisol disrupts sleep architecture by suppressing deep, slow-wave stages and increasing awakenings in frequency and duration. This is not a character flaw. It is a biochemical cascade, almost always the result of a nervous system that never received an off-ramp after the day's demands. Think about your last 2 hours before bed. For most Americans, screens. Content engineered to hold attention through tension and novelty. Then 90 minutes later, you expect your brain to flip into restoration. It cannot, because you never gave it the signal to downshift. There is a secondary mechanism worth knowing. People who wake between 2 and 4 a.m. are not experiencing random bad luck. In the second half of the night, cortisol begins its natural morning rise. In a healthy system, that rise is gradual. In a stress-loaded system, it comes earlier and steeper, pulling you out at an hour that still feels like the middle of the night. You are not waking at 3 a.m. despite your body at all. You are waking because of exactly what it has learned to do. Fact 2. So why don't the popular hacks fix this? 40 million views on a breathing technique. Compilations of sleep hacks delivered by people who look like they have never lost a night's rest. Some feel good in the moment. Some produce results, temporarily. Then the results fade, and you are left wondering whether you are the problem. You are not. The hacks are incomplete. Every popular sleep intervention falls into one of 3 categories: sedation, distraction, or temporary relaxation. Sedation includes alcohol, still the #1 self-administered sleep aid in America, despite disrupting REM sleep and generating exactly the second half of night awakening we just described. It also includes antihistamines like diphenhydramine, active in Z-Quil and Benadryl. These suppress deep sleep while building tolerance within 4 to 7 days. Within a week, you are taking something that no longer works. Distraction includes sleep meditations, ASMR, and white noise. Useful, but as a standalone strategy, they redirect rather than downregulate. You fall asleep to rain sounds. Between cycles, you surface. The rain cannot hold you under. The distraction was never doing the deeper work. Temporary relaxation includes breathing exercises, body scans, and progressive muscle relaxation. Effective acutely, but they lower arousal in the moment without retraining your nervous system to maintain calm across the full night. A breathing technique helps you fall asleep. It does not teach your brain to stay asleep. Your nervous system is a learning system. Over months or years of disrupted sleep and stress, it has built conditioned associations. Your bed is neurologically linked to frustration. Your 3 a.m. hour is a cortisol cue. One night of good breathing will not overwrite those associations. This is precisely what cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI, endorsed by the American College of Physicians as the first-line treatment, consistently demonstrates. Behavioral retraining outperforms medication in long-term outcomes, not because medication fails, but because it never touches the underlying pattern. Changing the pattern is what creates lasting results. Fact 3. A real sleep reset depends on 3 things: rhythm, cues, and nervous system safety. Rhythm. Your circadian clock, anchored in a brain structure called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, runs on a 24-hour cycle regulated by 2 inputs, light and wake time. Of these, your morning wake time is the stronger lever. Rising at the same time daily anchors the entire circadian system, creating regularity in cortisol timing, melatonin onset, body temperature curves, and sleep pressure buildup. Every one of those variables shapes that night's sleep quality. Sleeping in on weekends, even 90 minutes, shifts your clock enough to disrupt the following week. Researchers call this social jet lag, and population studies link it directly to insomnia and mood disorders. Same wake time, 7 days a week, the structural foundation without which nothing else holds. Cues. Your brain tracks context. The hour before bed is one it monitors closely. If that hour consistently involves bright light, screens, and stress, your brain learns it is a high arousal period, melatonin delayed, cortisol elevated. If that hour consistently involves dim light, low stimulation, and calm behavior, your brain learns sleep is approaching and begins biological preparation automatically. Sleep researchers call this stimulus control. Your environment becomes a biological trigger. Consistency is the entire mechanism. Nervous system safety. Your autonomic nervous system operates in 2 states, sympathetic, alert, reactive, mobilized, and parasympathetic. Rest, restore, release. Sleep requires parasympathetic dominance. Most Americans run in low-grade sympathetic activation all day, with smartphones erasing the boundary between work and personal life. The nervous system never receives the sustained signal that says, "The day is over, you are safe, let go." That signal cannot be thought into existence. It requires physical cues. Temperature dropping, breathing slowing, visual stimulation removed. When those cues are repeated nightly, the nervous system learns. The 3 a.m. surface becomes a brief stir. Gradually, it stops being a full awakening at all. Here is the 3-step nightly reset, built on every mechanism we have examined. Step 1, lock your wake time. Choose one time and defend it without exception, 7 days a week, regardless of when you fell asleep or how many times you woke. When the alarm sounds, get up and get into natural light within 15 minutes. This single action, applied consistently for 2 weeks, will recalibrate your circadian architecture more powerfully than any supplement or app. If you do nothing else from this video, do this. Step 2. Build a 60-minute pre-sleep downshift. In the hour before your target bedtime, reduce stimulation systematically. Dim or eliminate overhead lighting. Trade screens for something that does not generate cortisol. Physical reading, light stretching, or a warm shower. The warm shower is worth noting. When you exit warm water, your surface temperature drops sharply, triggering a documented drop in core body temperature, one of the primary signals for sleep onset. Multiple peer-reviewed studies confirm this shortens time to sleep. Lower your temperature deliberately and let the biology respond. Step 3. Build a consistent bedtime ritual. 3 to 5 behaviors, same sequence, every single night, 15 to 20 minutes before bed. Content matters less than repetition. Over time, the sequence becomes a conditioned neurological cue. Your brain recognizes the pattern and begins shifting towards sleep automatically. One additional layer, you sleep, is formulated on the science we have discussed, targeting cortisol regulation, GABA activity, and parasympathetic support during the pre-sleep window. It is not a sedative and does not build dependence. It works as a complement to the behavioral foundation, amplifying a solid system the way supplementation amplifies a training program. If you are building this reset, You Sleep is a clean, non-habit-forming addition to your downshift phase. Link is in the description. Here is your next move, and it is free. We built a Sleep Reset 7-day ebook that walks you through this protocol day by day. Specific timing, pre-sleep ritual templates, a morning light guide, and a nervous system checklist for every night. 7 days of structured guidance built on the science in this video. Download it free using the link in the description. No upsell, just the full resource, immediately available. Check the description now. 2 links, the free Sleep Reset 7-day ebook and You Sleep for anyone adding the nervous system support layer. Leave a comment with your #1 sleep trigger. Stress, racing mind, temperature, write it below. The next videos are being built around what this community reports. There is a poll on the channel right now. Vote in it now. 5 seconds and it shapes what comes next. You have been sleeping broken for long enough. You have the science. You understand why the hacks fail. You know what the system needs. The only thing left is tonight. And tonight, you start differently. Thanks for watching. Like, share, a comment and subscribe.